as the sun raised her head and broke upon the sleeping world in quiet splendor. Oh, what a sight in the prism of that living light. Time stood still in sweet surrender, and bathed in the dawn, all the questions I had were gone, the answers understood, there were no noises, but the whisper of the trees and the mountains, they sang to me, everything alive, I heard their voices. Do you believe in the magic of one perfect moment when the world stops its spinning and all becomes clear? Oh, can you feel when you're in it? Can you see it when you're shown it? And when you stop to listen, what do you hear? Oh, every living thing is waiting for its time to shine. Every living thing is waiting for the springtime. Every songbird wants to be heard. Every living thing wants to shine. I said every songbird wants to be heard. Every living thing wants to shine. Hi, everybody. Thank you for coming today. Thank you, Yavapai College and Brandolin, and Ginny, and the library, and Jarrett, and for making space in our lives for a peace summit. My goodness, that's pretty great. Yeah, give them a round. As human beings, we must imagine to create. That's what we have to do. Is that me? Am I too hot still? We must imagine to create. We cannot manifest in this co-created world together unless we first conceive of it inside. We have departments of war and defense. We do not have a department of peace, not in our government, and how many of us have it inside of our own selves? So thank you, Yavapai College, for creating a peace summit where we can start to model that, because it begins within. And that's what today's talk is about. I was given today this card just now by my dear friend Angela, and it says, be in the present and dream of the future. And it couldn't be more perfect, because as I just said, we must dream the future first before we create it. And if we are not here present in this moment, alive with all of our faculties, resonating our bodies with each other and the environment, well, it's grounded in nothing. It's an illusion. And we don't create it. Thank you, Angela. So Ginny read that really nice little paragraph. Actually, Ginny asked me back in either December or January for the title of this talk and a description. And I'm somebody who does things probably the night before. That's how I roll. So I'm like, goodness, librarians, huh? They want it all. But I was so happy she did, because when it came time to really put this in and make it happen, I had written something that I was like, oh, I want to attend that talk. That sounds very interesting. So I'm going to read it again, Because that's why you're here. And you're brave. Because this is interactive. And showing up is an act of such courage, more than ever. Peace is not passive. It is an action. It is a choice. Humanity, us, is living through a time of great transformation. And our actions, our choices matter more than ever. Come, you are here. We will practice the art of peace together. Giving and receiving through our resonant bodies. Building soul. We can really do that. It's a thing. And restoring connection in our shattered world. Those are great ideas. Can it actually happen? I mean, isn't that just, whoo? No, you're right. Through practice. Practice is the action of putting ideas and thoughts into our bodies. It's the action of embodiment. I know this because I'm a musician. I'm a music teacher. I'm a music therapist. And we have to practice our scales over and over, our chord changes, how to sing into a microphone, because we keep wanting to do this. Nobody likes to hear their voice really loud. And at first it's clumsy and feels so difficult. But after a while, our muscles do it on their own and we don't have to think about it. That's embodiment. Everything we practice becomes embodied. So I'm going to read you a Rumi poem that's been a little bit changed by one of my mentors, Michael Mead, if you know Michael Mead. Yeah, look him up. And then changed a little bit more by me. That's how art works. That's how culture works. That's how resonance works, right? We vibrate each other. The music of life needs you. You. Me. Friends, without you, all the instruments would die. Your breath is needed. Your voice is required. Why try to live some sober way when the music of life needs you? And meanwhile, life picks up this reed flute of a world and blows into it. And each note is a need coming through one of us. And each sound is a necessary passion and a longing pain. So remember the divine lips where the wind breath originated. And let your life note become clear. Don't try to be like someone else. Don't try to do the whole thing. Just become your own note. That's good enough for anyone. Go up on the roof at night, in your starry, starry roof, in this soulful town of Prescott, Arizona, and begin to sing your note. Let everyone climb upon their roofs tonight and begin to sing their notes and sing out loud. Let everyone, the world around, sing their notes. And let the music of this spinning, whirling, swirling universe create a symphony of all things in which your voice brings essential beauty. All you have to do is be your own note, and you change the world. So how do we put this idea, these grandiose ideas, into the actual practice of peace? We become our own notes. Okay, good. That's so much more clear, Meg. We practice, first and foremost, listening. Listening is presence. Presencing is the hot word in trauma healing, therapy, somatic, body work, whatever it is. How do I become present instead of often doesn't everybody have ADD now? I think so. Because what's going on? We are scattered and shattered. How do I take those bits back and become whole? We do it through listening. Because it turns out there's a lot to hear. And we do it through authentic expression, authenticity, autonomous. It comes from the word author. We are authors of our own lives, are we? Well, only when we're the ones writing our own story. If we do not write our story, somebody writes it for us. If we do not name ourselves, somebody else names us. Through listening and expressing, we get to name and co-create this world. That's what we're meant to do. So, even though we live in the Western world, and even though most of us have been told to shut up our whole lives, we can't sing. I was told when I was just a little girl, oh, she can't carry a tune in a basket. Ah, you don't want her. I felt like happened to me. I had to spend my whole life trying to find my voice, still doing it. This is not about right or wrong. This is not about judgment. This is not about comparing ourselves. This is not about being on American Idol. That's the culture we live in. We only get to be creative and expressive or good enough to be on a stage where some random dude's judging us. I don't really care what they think, okay? There's a time for that, and there's a time for learning who we are in context to ourselves. So if you can, put your judge in your back pocket, sit on him or her, squish him for the time being. Let's see if we can really sing a note together. I'm not going to give you a note. I just want to see what happens when we open our voice and sing ah. Now, singing is just long talking. We pull out the vowels. The consonants stop. That's all there is to it. It's not about being good. It's about being loud in this moment. Can your voice come out into this room? Yeah? Let's take a breath together. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. I think most of you matched me, right? I think you did. All right. Let's do it again. See if you can not match me. Now, we'll talk about consonance and dissonance, which is when some notes feel like they harmonize and feel really open, consonant, and others feel like they're really grating on you. Is one right or wrong? No. Depends where they come. Can you hear me still? Is this still on? It is, right? Okay. What are we doing? We're singing again. Do it a little louder. See if you can really put your attention on the sound that you are making and hold it. unaffected by those around you, including me. 1, 2, 3. Just needed a little prompt. That was awesome. How many had success hearing their own note loudest? I bet Morgan did. Yeah. How many had success hearing Morgan's note loudest? And that was such a beautiful thing. Because in truth, who's ever loudest kind of gets our attention, right? We're taught our whole lives to listen outside to the loudest voice, or, as a child, we won't get our needs met. Comes down to primal survival, doesn't it? Where am I putting my attention? Energy flows where attention goes. And where energy flows, that's what grows. And it's true because it rhymes. So what are we feeding? When we don't bring that unconscious stuff up, we are feeding things we may not want to be feeding. We may be growing things we're not choosing to grow because of old patterns, because we live in a pretty broken world, because. So we're going to do a little listening exercise right now. Because listening, I tell all my students, is a muscle. It's not, but you can pretend it is. It works like a muscle. If you practice it, you can learn to direct it and even use finite little motor skills in it. We are used to listening, boom, to the loudest noise. You better do this or else. How many of us have learned to cultivate listening inside of us? That's what I mean that peace is an action. Passively, we do not. Passively, our energy goes to who's ever screaming or crying the loudest, who's ever whining, who's ever got the biggest bulldozer. It doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't. When we learn who we are through our listening and learn how to express it, we create the world in the image of, hopefully, peace, which is why we're here. It's not just the loud bullies who take it. That's why it matters. So let's do a little listening exercise, okay? If you are willing, because actually all of this is vulnerable. It's scary. It can really only be done in safe spaces. So when I invite you to close your eyes, make sure it's a choice. Don't just do what I say or what anybody says ever. Check in. Is it cool? Can I close my eyes and feel safe? If not, see if you can just soften your glare a little bit. Let your eyes rest, because when your eyes are closed or your glare is softened, so much more energy goes to your body and your ears. Eyes closed, ears open. Let's take 3 breaths together. From this position, what is the furthest thing out and away from you that you can hear right now? Can we hear the traffic on the roundabout? The whooshing of the air systems? Can you hear the buzzing of the electricity? The clock's ticking. Tick, tick, ticking all the time. Can you hear your neighbor breathing? Maybe they're wiggling. Can you hear your own breath? The sound of it as it enters your nose and exhales through your mouth. How about if you follow it down deeper into your body? What can you hear? Your heart beating? Can you hear the sound of cellular respiration? What if you move your attention to your left foot and choose one of your little toes? And you put all of your consciousness on listening to that little toe. Does it have something to say? Can you hear yourself listening? Can you feel the room listening together? This takes a lot of slowing down. And when we slow down time, we open space. That's the reciprocal nature of space-time. It's how it works. Our collective and individual nervous systems are so artificially spread up and jacked around. Unless we practice this art of listening, we won't be able to hear anything. With our next breath, let's come back together in this room. From this place of presence, at least more presence than we had, let's sing our notes again. Let's sing our notes, knowing that we are listening or attempting to hear our own voice the loudest, and yet still be in relationship with our neighbors. Can we hear somebody in the back row behind us who we can't even see? Can we hear ourselves in relationship to the whole? Can we hear all of us together as one grand music? And then bring it all the way back in again? This is the kind of practice that makes us master listeners, and therefore master musicians. Because that's what it takes. And I guess master human beings. So we're going to sing our note again. Ah. whatever note. Change it if you want. Move it around. Let it be alive. Let it respond to the resonance around it. Practice throwing your listening around while honoring your own voice first. And let's see what happens. Ready? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Did it feel different to anybody? It felt different to me in my body. Let's do it again. Pick a different note. 1, 2, 3. Bring it louder. You can take little breaths. Ooh. Were there only consonant notes? Were there some dissonant notes? I heard some. Did it sound beautiful? Kind of did. Was that what we were going for? Not really. Because we never know what's going to happen. I mean, we always like beauty. It's more ordered. It's less entropy. Gives us more energy. But we can't control other people's notes, so we don't know what they're going to sing. What we do know is that our bodies are resonant instruments. And the silencing of our voice, the silencing of our resonant bodies, seems to be an epidemic in our world. Does anybody agree with that? As a trauma therapist, it's something I learned very early on, that the natural living resonance of the body freezes when it's hurt that bad. It doesn't vibrate. Do you know when you're in a relationship and talking with somebody and suddenly you must touch a wound or something has happened and you can feel their heart close? You can feel a removal of energy. You know what I'm talking about? It's because something hurt them. They don't necessarily know, but boom, their body stopped resonating. And suddenly we're out of relationship. Relationship is my note vibrating with your note. Relationship is when I hear you hearing me. When I feel you feeling me. Not just when I feel you, because I don't know what you feel, but I feel you feeling me back. What do we got now? We've got an infinity symbol. That's cool, huh? We have a resonant relationship. If I move like this, you feel it. If you suddenly withdraw, I feel it. Because we're resonating together. I can be like, oh, touched a nerve. Be a little bit more tactful, Meg. That happens to me sometimes. That is called compassion. Co-feeling is compassion. That's literally what the word means. The passions are our emotions. I love passion. And I feel like sometimes as peacemakers, we think the correct way to be is making no waves, having no confrontation, agreeing, sometimes even apologizing. Because isn't that keeping the peace? No. I mean, maybe for that moment, for yourself. But peace is an action, isn't it? It's not a force. What does a force do? Creates more force, right? That's what the Tao says, the Tao Te Ching. For every force, there is a counter force. Violence, even well-intentioned, always rebounds upon itself. Even well-intentioned. Is that why spanking didn't work on me? Yeah, it is. Because force always creates counterforce. And so what do we do as peaceful people? We go like this. I'm not going to cause trouble. I'm not going to create waves. But simply being alive, you're creating waves. And if we are in relationship, singing our notes together, creating the music of life, then we're creating waves. And I believe there's a lot of forces inside and out that are trying to silence us in our voices, in our expressions, and in our resonance. Because if I feel you and you're hurting, it hurts me. Whether I know you or not. When somebody, human, animal, I even resonate with the reptiles and the little worms, okay? They were my best friends growing up. They were my only friends, the little ants. Sad, but true. The trees, the rocks. That's what that opening song was about. Everything alive, I heard their voices. They have voices. And we are co-conducting this world together. So when they are hurt, when the fires burn down the forest, when people are oppressed and abused just for being who they are, when human rights are trampled upon and the human heart is broken into a million pieces, and I am a resonant, living body in the world, how can I not hurt? Is that why many people just choose to freeze, do you think? A lot of it's done to us. But it is a coping skill for this crazy world when feeling so much is unbearably painful sometimes. And that's where lamentations come in. What's a lamentation? Yeah. An expression of pain, of sorrow, a release. Have you ever been in kind of a bad, sad mood? What time is it? Am I going over? What's it? I'm doing okay. I forgot to look at my notes. I'm sort of just going. Okay, so I love writing lamentations. Have you ever been in a bad mood and you're feeling a little down, but you're still going through your day, and then your friend comes and they're really, really happy and they're like, hey, how you doing? Why are you so upset? What's wrong? Blah, blah, blah. And you're like, you're resonating, but it's pretty dissonant, right? As a music therapist, we learned really quickly, we don't approach people with, come on, don't worry, be happy. No, that's not how it works. I feel you feeling me, and we start there. Because how can we make room to envision, like we began with, and create the new world? Unless we express our authenticity, right? And it's authentically painful to be alive, especially right now with so much separation. So our lamentations matter. In fact, it's how we build rapport with the world around us. And rapport is a common resonance. It's how we trust the world around us. It's how we trust the people around. If I'm like, hey, cheer up, buddy, and then I feel his heart, I don't know what's going on in his life. But my body will naturally resonate to his vibration, and we can sing together. And because we're quantum beings, so much is healed in the moment of compassionate expression and sharing. It's true, guys. It's truth. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. That's an old, if you ever have heard my band Galactagogues, little plug, we're selling CDs and things at the back. And free stickers for everyone, so please take one. Galactagogues. If you've heard us out and about, you may have heard us sing that song of lamentation. It's a song expressing the deep, deep grief of what it feels like to be alive, what it feels like to lose love, what it feels like to be dismembered. It's an old song, about 1,000 years old probably. Crazy. Did they lament 1,000 years ago? Yeah. Because part of this listening and this connection and this resonating is not just here. It is just here. But this just here includes everything. All space, all time, all the generations, all the ancestors. That's a lot of what our growing soul is about. So I said in the description, we practice listening. I hope I gave you some actual, like little things you can practice doing. Practice feeling our resonance, hearing each other. Hopefully trusting our own voice. But what about growing soul? Is soul something that grows? What is it anyway? I don't know. I mean, kinda. I got ideas. Soul is a word we use for a lot of the unseen things in this world. The animate movements within us that we feel that are not well named. Their nature is dark and mysterious. I've heard it described as a substance of we feeling. Does that make sense? A substance of we feeling. A connection to ourselves. An ability to resonate. Soulfulness in music, we can hear it when it's there, right? The emotions come out. We can hear beautiful, angelic, lovely music and be like, oh, that's beautiful. But unless we feel it here, it doesn't feel soulful, right? Soul is a body presence, a resonance, and an ability to resonate with others. Growing soulfulness means, I believe, growing a capacity to feel. Strengthening our container so I can feel you, feeling me, feeling you. I don't need to know all the dreadful things and all the joyful things that happened in your life. But I can feel it. And when you're with somebody who is soulful, who you feel feels you, it feels safe, doesn't it? It's like, oh, finally, somebody gets me. Their container is large enough to hold it. My friends, that is being human. And I actually really believe, we can talk about it later in detail if you like, that there is some attack, some wah, as my husband likes to say. I ain't got no wah with you. But there's some wah against humanity, against resonance, against soulfulness. Because so many of our modernity practices are trying to tell me to be smaller, to be still, to be complacent, to be silent, to not resonate. That my natural compassion is silly, is stupid, is weak, is whiny. Is it whiny to feel? Is it whiny to be in a living body, vibrating, alive with the world? Well, yeah, okay, I do whine sometimes. Not much though, right, babe? I do a lot of other things as well. And when I hear people whine, I feel it as it's a lamentation. If I say, or if I hear people say, I'm hurt, I'm bleeding, I need help, I'm going to stop and listen. I'm going to offer a hand because I feel it. I'm not going to say, you whiner. But that's what I feel more and more and more is what the Uber mind is telling us. It's no accident. It really isn't. I know I'm in a digital world right now. We're living in the digital world. And it's fine. There's nothing wrong with technology. Meg, there's nothing wrong with technology. There's nothing wrong with technology inherently. But when we have put so much of our attention and energy on growing that part of humanity and not in our ethics, not in our values, not in our resonant bodies, not in our life force, we are so out of balance. It is dangerous. Just because something's there doesn't mean it's got to take over AI. It doesn't. But if we are not expressing our truth, well, it's just gonna. By listening to ourselves and the world around us and expressing who we truly are, we naturally begin to co-create a world where there's more space, there's more soul, there's more openness. Things are more slow, please. Please? Can we slow down, please, a little? Please? And when whatever new thing comes along, we can be from a present place, a presencing, say, I like this and I don't like this and I will use it this way. And no, that's not acceptable. We're supposed to be doing that. The Amazon rainforest is disappearing still. Like, kind of a big deal, lungs of the planet. Where Amazon delivery trucks, they're everywhere. I mean, there's some power in these words, isn't there? What's another one? I wrote a few down. I think about, look, I'm looking at my notes finally. I said a lot of what I wanted to say, everybody. Oh yeah, Facebook's meta. That's dangerous. Meta. Not this vibrating world. An alternate reality. Virtual reality, artificial intelligence. What makes it better? What makes it better than my intelligence? And yours. Because it's partial. Sure, okay. It's got a use, right? But it's forgetting the resonance, it's forgetting the physical, it's forgetting the emotional and the spiritual bodies that we all share. Sorry, I got a little too excited and I know I'm at a library school digital area. What about auto-tune? What about auto-tune in our musical voices? Wasn't music one of those places that we could go to resonate when the rest of the world shut us down? And we could let those brave, crazy artists emote for us? And you can still find it, of course, because we're human and we will be. But my goodness, when that auto-tune started coming out, I was like, oh, I understand. I want to hide my voice. It's so scary. Let's pretend we're robots and don't feel anything, okay? That is why I am talking about resonance and authentic expression as revolutionary acts of peace, as healing the separation through connecting again, through feeling each other, through hearing each other, and through saying, you know what? Compassion's good. Guess what? I'm choosing to stay human. Because I think it's a choice right now. Now, if we'd been in a room where there'd been the right amount of people, we would have made a circle today. This is another tip I'm going to give you, because I hope you go and you practice listening. I hope you go and you practice feeling. I hope you go and you practice just stretching a little with your voice. Sing where you don't usually. Speak where you don't. Say, well, actually, I don't think that's fair. When you don't. Practice it. It's like anything. It's like practicing your scales. But another beautiful, beautiful thing to remember is that unless we feel safe, we're not going to do any of this, are we? And there's not a lot of safety out in the big bad world. At least it doesn't feel like that. So we create it here. We create it through resonating with ourselves, through listening to our little toe and all the other bits. Because then we trust ourselves and we feel ourselves. And we create a little bubble of safety where we go. And as we grow in soul, it gets bigger. And things do resonate bigger. But a circle is the hot tip, and probably a lot of you already know it. A circle has no corners. Nobody's forgotten. I can see everybody's eyes and faces within a circle, and they can see everybody else's. We know each other's names in a circle. It's equality. It's equanimity. It's like King Arthur's round table, right? That's why it was a round table. Because nobody was above and nobody was below. That's hierarchy. Hierarchy might have its uses, but it might be time to restructure to a power with place, where every voice is heard, where we all see each other, and we create that circle of safety where I can say these things. I can practice my voice being louder. That is being aware. That is being awake, responsive to the world and the people around us. And that's what woke means, friends. That's what it means. It's another example of, you're whining, shut up, right? If you're not awake and aware, you're asleep. And anything could be taken. Anything can happen if you're not looking. So reclaim that word. It is not a political word. It is a word that means stay awake, stay human. And staying human is the only antidote to becoming a machine. We're going to end with a little song. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Jenny. So, I was looking for something that I didn't have, so. Thatcher and I, so back there's my husband Thatcher, and don't hold me against him in case that was too weird. I'm still going to resonate it out anyway.
Yeah.
But there's going to be a TEDx in Prescott Valley in June, which is really pretty exciting. And he and I will be performing our mythopoetic, interactive, illustrated musical called Why the World Doesn't End. So keep your eyes and ears open for that. This song has a part for you to join along. Why? Because we're resonating together, you guys. Now, as you sing, practice listening to your own voice as part of the choir. Can we hear it as whole? Can we hear it as just me? Can we hear it as a small group? Can I amplify it? Can I make it smaller? Play with it. It is a muscle, it is a choice, and it is empowerment. So your part goes, why not give it all away? Give away your love. Try that. Why not give it all away? Give away your love. Second half. Why not give it all away? Give away your love. Easy enough, okay? You'll hear that at the end of the verses. And then there's a breakdown in the middle. Low voices go like this. Give it all away. Try that. Give it all away. Give it all away. Medium voices, something like give it all away. Give it all away. High voices, and go as high as you want, you sopranos. My goodness. But you can start here. Give it all away. Give it all away. you, all right? You ready? You ready to follow?
Yeah.
Thank you very much. We're going to end with this song. I want you to remember to listen, to love what you hear, to go forward boldly with your resonance, to make the world sing, and to stay human. Well, buy, sell, trade, steal or borrow, it's here today, it's gone tomorrow. Whichever way you play, you're bound for sorrow. Why not give it all away? Give away your love, what's that? Why not give it all away? Give away your love. Well, I know it's strange with all this faking. I know we're all deranged, we all are breaking, holding on so tight, cause the earth is shaking. Why not give it all away? Give away your love. Why not give it all away? Give away your love. Hey, don't do you no good up on the shelf. It don't do no one no good. Keep it all to yourself. Wise folk always saying, if you really want to live, you gotta learn how to love, learn how to give. No voices. Give it all away. Give it all. Keep it going. Give it all away. Medium. Give it all away. Give it all away. Give it all away. Give it all away. Come on, high voices, you guys keep on going. Give it all away. Give it all away. Give it all away. Give it all away. Well, you can't take it with you. What you need it for? All your money, houses, cars, and toys, and more and more and more and more. Give it away, you find you're never poor. Why not give it all away? Give away your love. Why not give it all away? Give away your love. It don't do you no good. Up on the shelf, it don't do no one no good. Keep it all to yourself. Wise folk always saying, if you really want to live, you gotta learn how to love, learn how to give. Give it all. Come on, yeah. Give it all away. 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 Thank you all so very much for coming.